In this video we will be looking at equations with brackets and how we will actually unpack the bracket to arrive at a solution. The first thing we need to know is when we expand brackets we use the distributive law, which basically states that A bracket B plus C is equal to AB plus AC, or A bracket B minus C is equal to AB minus AC. That sounds all very complicated, but all it is A multiplied by B gives me AB, and A multiplied by C gives me AC, and because there's an addition sign there, we put the addition sign in the middle. And likewise, A multiplied by B gives me AB, subtract, there's my subtract sign, A multiplied by C gives me AC. And once we've sorted all this out, we then collect the like terms to arrive at the solution. Alright, well let's expand this bracket over here. And remembering what the rule is, we've got to multiply 4 by x and then 4 by 3 to arrive at a solution. So let's do that. Well, what is 4 multiplied by x? That is 4x. And what is 4 multiplied by 3? Well, that is 12. And there's a plus sign over there, so I'm going to put my plus sign in between my 4x and my 12. And that is in fact that bracket expanded. Alright, well here's another one to expand. See if you can do that one. Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Alright, so how do we go? Well, it's 6 multiplied by r and then 6 multiplied by negative 3. So our answer therefore is going to be 6r minus 6 3s are 18. And that would be the answer. Alright, what about this one over here? Nothing really different. 4 multiplied by 3x. That gives me 4 3s are 12x. And 4 multiplied by 3, 4 3s are 12. And that would be my answer. And what about this one over here? Well, we've got two little pronumerals there. Nothing changes. That multiplied by that and that multiplied by that. That gives us 6xr minus 6 3s are 18x. And that would be my answer. So I guess the really important thing is your number multiplied by the first number in the bracket, your number multiplied by the second number in the bracket. So it's always something like this, and in this one it is always something like this. Okay, never changes. Alright, so that's all about expanding brackets. Right, well next we need to look at solving equations by expanding the brackets, so actually getting an answer. And here we have an equation. So we have a number and we have a set of brackets, so we need to multiply out the brackets and then we need to solve for the pronumeral, and in this case it's x. So the first step is this: multiply out the brackets. I will therefore end up with 3x plus 3 2s are 6 is equal to 18. The next thing I need to do is I need to get my 3x all by itself. So I actually need to remove this plus 6 or add 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from this side. And obviously what I do on the left hand side I need to do on the right hand side. So I'm going to do this. 3x plus 6 minus 6 is equal to 18 minus 6. So what I've done on my left hand side, I need to do to my right hand side, and that's to keep this equation in balance. I can then cancel those two over there because those will be 0, so this will be 3x is equal to 12. I can now solve by inspection because I know that 3x is the same as 3 times x, and 3 times something must give me 12, so 3 times 4 is 12, therefore x must equal 4. Now an alternative way to solve this is that we know that 3x is the same as 3 times x, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So I can go something like this. I can go 3x divided by 3 is equal to 12 divided by 3. Now why did I do divide by 3? Well, I've got a 3 over here and I need to get this 3 away from the x, so I divide by 3, and what I do on my left I do on my right hand side, so therefore those cancel with each other, that cancels into that, 3 goes into 12 4 times, therefore x is equal to 4. So that's the second way that you could have worked out this particular equation. Alright, well here's an equation for you to have a crack at. See if you can solve this equation. Remember to multiply out your brackets before you do anything else. Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Alright, well the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply out my brackets. So I'm going to go 7 is equal to 7 fours are 28y minus 7 times 3 are 21. From there, I want to get rid of my whole number over here because I want my pronumeral all by itself next to its coefficient. So I'm going to add 21 this side, therefore I need to add 21 on the left-hand side. So that'll be 7 plus 21 is equal to 28y minus 21 plus 21. Okay, and those two will cancel each other out, and 7 add 21 is going to give me 28. Is equal to 28y, therefore y must equal 1, and that is the answer. Alright, and once again I can take this equation over here, and I've just rewritten it, and I can simplify it by saying, well, I want to get 28 by itself, so I'm going to go 28y all over 28, and what I do on the left hand side I must do on the right hand side, so 28 divided by 28, that'll be 1. Okay, that will cancel out, so 1 is equal to y, or y is equal to 1. Both ways are right. Alright, well I hope you got those examples correct, and pretty much that's all there is to equations with brackets and expanding brackets.